I think it's doable. I just need to know who thinks like me or who does not think this is crazy, because I know it's not. I just need to find my community, like who thinks like me, because I really think this is a dream for all women to live in our little bubble, far away from the rest, right? What if we joined some money together, we go far from the city and buy land, a big portion of land. We get a portion that is for animals, like chicken, cows, horses, dogs, you name it, whatever, it's a necessity for us, right? And then there's another portion where there's fruits and vegetables, and then slowly we grow to a point where we can get it gated, and then we can come up with our own rules. We could decorate it, make it pretty, have a name. We start getting more applications, just female ones. Then we can have one guy, or maybe have like actually a book of different males that they can come to our little community to do some physical work, right? Because you and I will not do it. I mean, if you want, that's fine. But if there's toilet issues, trash issues, maybe building something that's, I don't know, that maybe you and I, we don't want to do, we can call approved vendor list. And then they can come and yeah, this is not a crazy idea. I think it's doable. I just need to know who thinks like me or who does not think this is crazy, because I know it's not. I just need to find my community, like who thinks like me, because I really think this is a dream for all women to live in a...
I think women are funny. I really do. I think they're funny. Women's logic is so funny. Now here's the thing, right? I support this. I really wish I showed you the 6,000 plus likes on it. I hope, and probably most of it is women. So I hope that those 6,000 women would do it, right? Join up together, right? Join up together and then buy land, right? Chip in money, buy land, and live apart from men. I mean, like, no sarcasm whatsoever. I really wish women would do it, because I would love to see the results. Now, if they succeed, great, all the power to them, and then they were right with how they felt. But I'm leaning towards failure. Because even in her video, right, the comments and what she says, she still needs men. You still need men to do shit. So at the end of the day, is this actually all female, or just, it's like you're just living in a house by yourself? I mean, like, at the end of the day, you buy land, now what? Who's going to do it? The women are going to make houses for all these women? Yeah. And I'm not saying that there aren't, female construction workers, but again, there's no such thing as a full female construction crew, or home construction crew that's building homes for other people. There isn't. I mean, I would love to see it. I would gladly be stand corrected, but there isn't. So you buy land, does what? You will still need men. You will still hire men to come and build your infrastructure, right? Build your infrastructure, right? The plumbing, you're gonna need men. The electricity, you're gonna need men. The housing, you're gonna need men. And then you saw the thing where you are going to need men to protect you from bad men. So then what's the point? What is the point? And here's the thing, right? What are the jobs you're gonna have? What jobs are you? It's like, this is where, are you just gonna farm? I mean, that could be a thing, but then you farming, it will be unsustainable, because then what? I mean, are you gonna farm every ingredient you need? Because then if you're not, you're gonna go to import it, right? You're gonna go, find some imports, but then who are you sourcing it from? Men. So everything you do, you'll still source from men. You'll still need men for. So that shows you the insanity of your idea. When you want a female-only environment, yet when you still need men to facilitate that female-only environment, it defeats the purpose. I mean, you cannot survive without men, right? You cannot make your female-only environment survive if you don't have men. It defeats the purpose. This is why women are illogical and why they're funny as hell.
I've come to realize that I'm basically one of the ones left in my friend group that doesn't have a relationship or doesn't have anything going on. And I can't help but wonder, like, when is it my turn? But at the same time, I don't want it. Like, is it weird? I crave love and I want to be loved, but I'm also scared and I'm traumatized, and I'm just like having a hard time trusting people and their intentions. So I just feel like I'm pushing everyone away. But at the same time, I want that. It doesn't make sense.
This is the point where I'll give, because I believe a lot of women are suffering like this, right? I believe a lot of women are in this exact same position in mindset. And this is where I said, where I think I would give women a bit of grace and sympathy, not totality, because I'm going to say why, is that I think, here's the thing where, I've said this before, I think trauma is not a good thing for women, i.e., going through a lot of bad experiences. It's not. Life experience, in my opinion, is not good for women. It only deteriorates them mentally, okay? It makes them jaded, aggressive, combative, fearful, untrusting, all the negativity. I guess, right? There's some good aspects to life experience, but in my general opinion, it's not, right? In general, it is more harmful to women than good. Because here's the thing where, like I said, I think a lot of women are suffering from this, where you see it every day on this app, or at least on my FYP, right? And we can understand why. That you see a lot of bitter women, a lot of women that hate on men. Completely, they build their platform hating on men. And when I see women like this, I do have a bit of grace for women that hate on men. Because they have had a lot of bad experiences. Either they have or they know women that have. But this is where I don't have that much grace or that much sympathy for women, because at the end of the day, you chose them. Whether you think, oh, men lie, men switch up, I have opinions on that, because I think that's stupid. But you still chose him at the end of the day. You still chose him. You still chose to be with him. You still chose to stay with him. You still chose to give him kids. You still chose to marry him. You still chose to give him kids. Whatever, right? You still chose him. And then, although you chose him, right? It's hard for me to say that, okay, now that because you chose him after this, now you're traumatized. Now you hate all men because the one man you chose. I don't have really a whole lot of sympathy for that. I don't. But I have sympathy for her because she understands the hypocrisy or the delusion that she's in. She understands it. So that's why I have sympathy for women like this, where she gets it. Because she's been hurt by the men she's chosen, well, she doesn't trust men. And she, she's in a flux of a paradox where she doesn't trust men, yet she wants to be in a loving relationship with a man. But this is where women need to do some self-reflection. It is not men's fault. It's not. It's your fault. And this is why I 100% believe in accountability. It is not men's fault. It is yours. Because at the end of the day, you chose him, right? You chose the bad man out of all other men. I've been the same way where I felt like I blame women for the women I chose, but then I'm thinking about, that is stupid. No woman has forced me to choose this woman. No one. So same thing, no man has forced you to choose the man that you chose. So at the end of the day, you have to take accountability. You have to realize, no, I shouldn't distrust men. I should understand my way of choosing. I have to do some self-reflection. Why did I choose these terrible men? Why am I constantly choosing these terrible men? So again, accountability, self-reflection is very important. And I wish more women would be able to grasp that.
I don't think successful women need a man. And I think at some level, there's an advantageous advantage in not having one. Because now you only have to calibrate to yourself and your needs and what your desire is. You don't have a partnership that you need to maintain and put energy into and make sure is balanced while you're doing you and that partnership.
Surprisingly, I agree. I agree with her. I've been on record and said this, right? I believe career women, if you want to focus on your career, get out of the dating market. Because here's the thing. A lot of these career women don't realize you have become, right, the man that you want. A lot of career women, if not the majority of career women, okay, have essentially became the man that they wanted. So why even need a man? Why even want a man? Okay? You have essentially become the man that you want. But the drawback of that, since you have became essentially the man, what man's going to be attracted to you? Right? What man's going to be attracted to you? Not a similar man, because why would you want to date his mirror image? Now, definitely, you wouldn't want to date a lesser man. So, essentially, you have put yourself in a position where you are invalid in the dating market. You are essentially invalid. Now, I believe this, right? The ones that, women like that, the career women, she would usually have to date an opposite man. A man that will essentially be the homemaker, right? Again, she has became the man that she wants. So she's going to have to date the female version of it, right? She's going to have to date, a more effeminate man to compensate. But a lot of these women can't, right? Because it's like we're fighting against biology, nature, shit like that. So I agree. I think it's unrealistic, not impossible, right? Not impossible, but in my opinion, improbable for career women, right? Hyper successful career women to date or want a actual relationship, because honestly, they don't qualify for the man they want, and for the men that they won't want them, right? I mean, they won't want them, okay? And they're just too, it's counteracting, right? It's not a good match. So I agree, and you see this a lot, right? Hyper successful women really don't have men. I mean, you've seen it a lot. I don't know these women's names, right? I don't know these women's names, maybe besides Oprah, but these hyper successful women who compete on equal terms to men, they're not dating anybody. They have nobody. Okay, and again, if they are with someone, it's usually a man that is, you wouldn't call hyper successful, or you wouldn't call the most masculine of men, right? He's definitely against the grain. So yeah, I agree. She's correct. And you gotta think about this, right? You gotta look at this, right? The hyper successful men as well, they don't even commit. Hyper successful men, they play around. So again, that's the world that women have to live by. You have to pick and choose which path of life you want to take.
Have y'all noticed the men these days don't have Adam's apples? Like, where did y'all Adam's apples go? Is that why y'all act the way y'all act? Because, right.
A lot of you women are so bored, y'all don't even know what to talk about no more. This is how I know a lot of y'all don't have hobbies, don't have friends, don't have goals, don't have morals, values, whatever the case may be. If TikTok took away every single content that you post that was degrading, demeaning, bashing, disrespecting a man, what exactly would you post about? I'll wait.
I've seen a few of her stuff and I love it, right? I mean, she's amazing to be so brave to support men and, you know, not be biased. So I love her stuff. Now, this is the insanity of women, okay? Women don't know what they want. They have complained men for years. Men are violent. Men are dangerous. Men are not emotional. Men are not in touch with their emotions. Men don't express their emotions. Men don't, all the shit they say. And now that they got it, right? Now they got those types of men, they complain about those type of men. Because here's the thing. I'm going to show you this, right? The Adam's apple thing. Lower testosterone, okay? Women don't understand that testosterone is what contributes to men being more aggressive. So lower testosterone leads to softer jawlines, weaker voices, and less pronounced secondary sex characteristics, including the shrinking of the Adam's apple. Modern men are not only physically changing, they are becoming less aggressive, less dominant, less assertive. Less dominant, less assertive. Women are complaining, right? The catcalling. This is why you see more and more women say men don't approach. Why approach? You've complained about men approaching. Statistics are showing that men are not engaging. Women have wanted this for years, for decades, right? Women have called out men for being creeps, for being dangerous. The Me Too shit. Well, men are physically changing. Men are changing. And you think all this rhetoric that, men are so violent, men are so dangerous. Here's the thing. Along with all this shit, we have this. Yes, the long-term historical trend shows that societies are becoming less violent overall. Okay? Statistically, men are committing less violence. Men are less violent compared to history, right? I mean, yes, the violence that are committed, they're committed by men. But I've said this countless times before. Even though violence are mainly committed by men, it doesn't mean that majority of violence is committed by men. It doesn't mean the majority of men commit violence. I always like to establish that because a lot of women or a lot of people seem to ignore that. There is statistical proof, right? Studies show that men are less violent than men of the past, right? And we're seeing that. The lower testosterone, men are changing. Well, women wanted that. Now women are getting what they want, but in turn, they're not liking what they're getting, right? They're not liking how things are turning out. But sad as it is women's fault. Women want to change, men are giving it to them. So, this is the repercussions of women's actions.
Men are so quick to be like, oh my gosh, the birth rate is declining. What are we going to do? Why aren't women settling down and having kids? Every time I have a talking stage, I get love bombed for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then I get either ghosted or they say they've met someone else. The last time I was talking to someone, we hung out consistently for 5 weeks straight. We talked about our futures. We talked about our jobs, like where we want to live one day. Not together, but like separately. And 5 weeks later, he sends me a lovely little text saying he met someone else and he wants to see where it goes with someone else. And then when that someone else texts me and asked if we were hanging out previously, he threatened to delete my nudes. But it's my fault. It's my fault that the birth rate's declining. Stop blaming the women. It's the men's.
What? Men aren't talking about the birth rate. Men don't give a shit about the birth rate. Me personally, I don't give a shit if human population declines. I don't care. But government do. The government does. Because they care about the workforce. They care about, the future of mankind. Men don't. Men do not care. So, and first of all, like I said, no man is talking about the birth rate. That's fucking stupid. But what I do want to say is that what she's talking about is that it fascinates me that women can't understand. They will use the examples of the men that they know, that the men that hurt them, or the men that mistreat them, or I don't know, done them dirty. They will use that as an example for all men, which is always weird to me. It's always weird to me that because of the men you chose, right, the men you were attracted to, the men that you wanted, and it didn't work, now you have ammo to pretty much, I don't know, take it out on all men. I always think that's stupid. I really do. And she can't really also figure out that maybe it's her. If all these men don't want to go past the talking stage, all these men get to know you a bit and then just move on to someone else, maybe that says something about you, right? Maybe you need some self-reflection because you're not that desirable. You're not that desirable when people are hanging around you. So it could be crazy.
Leave your husband. Leave your husband. Go for a really long walk.
Women truly are the ones that exemplify misery loves company. So just because you couldn't make it work with the man you chose, the man you supposedly love, you couldn't make it work with him in your marriage. You want other people to do the same, to not work on it, to not make it better, to not stick to your vows. You want them to just leave. This is the thing where sometimes I see a lot where, and I think in women, you can't think that not everything in life should be easy. Not everything in life is easy. Things what need work, right? You are dealing with another person. They're not you. They're not a carbon copy of you. So it requires work. This is the thing where, honestly, like, I think a lot of women don't qualify for marriage. They don't qualify for marriage. And in my opinion, they don't even qualify for a relationship. A lot of women, this is why I'm a big supporter. Stay single, please. Get out of the dating market, because you can't handle being with another person, right? You can only handle being with yourself. You can't handle a separate entity, right? A different human being. It's either the person is a carbon copy of yourself, or they are a puppet for you to control. Because again, people are not you, right? They have their own mindset, they have their own way of thinking, their own feelings, everything, right? Their own autonomy. So this is the point where the dating part, right, where you vet the man, is important. You have to know if this is a man you can see. Do not expect change. Do not want change. Do not try to fix somebody. This is a person you can see that, okay, you know what? He does this, he's like that, this is how life is with him when I'm living with him and stuff like that. I see this is how he is. Can I see myself being with this exact person for the rest of my life? Right? Because this is something I think is weird with women, where they say, okay, I've been living with him for a couple of years now. He doesn't cook, he doesn't clean. Right? And is that a problem to you? If it isn't, okay, then don't change that mindset when you get married. Oh my God, now that we're married, he still doesn't cook and clean. He still doesn't help with all that stuff. He never did before. But now that we're married, I expected him to change. It's like, you're ridiculous. And here's the thing, right? Disrespectful. It's like, seriously, did you not communicate it? Do you not communicate things? Do you not, like, you know what? Make someone else see how you feel. Make someone understand how you feel. It's like, this is absolutely ridiculous that women cannot grasp that, you know what? This person is not for you to change, for you to fix, right? It's not. It's for you to choose if this is the person you want to be with or not. If you feelings are hurt, or you want to understand, you talk to a person. You communicate, right? Hopefully you chose a good enough person where communication is actually helpful, where they would understand, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said it like that, because she perceived it as disrespectful. So, fix or change. It's like this. This is ridiculous. This is why, like I said, a lot of people, especially women, they should really step away from dating.
I do not attract 50-50 men, because I am not a 50-50 woman. I attract men who set the standard I set for myself. Half effort, half commitment is not even in my vision. Why? Because I treat myself with full effort and full commitment. And no, this isn't because I'm a money chaser. I make my own. It's about having self-respect. If you want a full life, you better stop entertaining half love and half support.
She attracts nobody. She's single. So is her manifestation coaching ideology helping her out? Not really. Here's a woman that's still single. Her ideology is not helping her out in the relationships, right? And she's preaching relationship ideology. Where's your proof that it works? You don't have any. This is and I find this funny. Oh, I do 100% for myself. Great. What do you do for someone else? It doesn't seem, you don't even say you do 50-50 for someone. You don't even say you do 50 for someone else. This is, a lot of women are really funny like this. They say they treat themselves. They say they do 100% for themselves. Great. What does that mean in a relationship? What do you do for someone else? It's ideology like this, right? Shows you how when women view relationships, they view it in a selfish lens. It's about me. That's it. Me. You only care about yourself. That is it. Never when women talk do they say what they do for the partner. They don't. I don't want 50-50 because I treat myself. Great. But why don't you say you don't want 50-50 because you give your partner 100% of yourself? They don't do that, right? They don't do that. Why don't you say that then? Wouldn't that sound better? That, okay, I don't do 50-50 because I give 100% of myself. Sounds nice, doesn't it? I think that sounds nice. At least that makes a bit more sense. Saying that I don't want to do 50-50 because I do 100% for myself. Great. But what does that have to do with you in a relationship? Because if I'm in a relationship, I give you 100% and then you give yourself 100%. What do fucking I get? Right? It's like, the fuck you talking about? This is the insanity and the egotisticalness of a lot of women. You only care about yourself. Rarely do I ever hear women talk about the partner. They talk about what they get, how they feel, what they don't get. They don't talk about the partner, what they give, what does the partner get out of being in a relationship with you?
I'm really frustrated right now because the man I want, I would never date. I would never date, never in a million years. I would never date. And the man that I would date couldn't come correct.
I 100% believe that women are their own worst enemy. There is no one to blame but women when it comes to dating. Women are the root of the problem when it comes to dating. Women are the root. Women are the root source of why dating is terrible. So you're telling me the man you do want, you don't want to date. The man you don't want, you don't want to date. What does that leave you? What does that leave you? Men you want are not good enough to date. Men that you don't want are not good enough to date. What the fuck does that leave you? This is the thing, I've said this before, where I support, please just stay single. Get out of the dating market. Stop talking about men. Stop thinking about men. Stop dealing with men. Just get out of the dating market. 100%, completely. Stay single for the rest of your life. Because honestly, there are so many bitter women. There's so many miserable women. There's so many difficult women. There are so many women that are honestly not made to be in a relationship. You're not fit to be in a relationship. So it's better off that, you be happily single, right? Be happily single. You do the things you want, you go ahead, right? Whatever single life looks to you, do it. Stop dating men. Because to be all honest, I think women like this, if they get out of the dating market, it will be healthy for everyone, right? You're not dealing with toxic men, and these women, honestly, in my honest opinion, toxic people attract toxic people. So a woman like this will only attract terrible men. So she will only keep the terrible men, in circulation. So if terrible women are not in the dating market, terrible men don't have anyone to deal with, right? Hopefully good women don't even try to deal with these men, but I don't know. But again, these women just need to just be alone, because shit like this makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, think about it. So men you want aren't good enough. Men you don't want are still not good enough.
Y'all, we just got into it at the restaurant because I asked him, tell me something about your last name that makes your last name worth passing on. Like, I want to hear about the lineage. I'm walking by myself in the parking lot. Good day, kids.
You can tell when a woman doesn't really like a man, that she will make things where she will push his buttons. She will make the process of getting with her difficult. When women like men, she will do everything in her power to make it easy for him to be with her. Here's the thing where under her comment section, right, there are quite a few people say, oh, that's a good question. No, it's not. It's not a good question, because here's the thing. We are all average people. Right? If she was asking, oh, tell me about your family, okay? Tell me about, your grandfather, your grandmother, your great, like, tell me about your family. That's okay. But it's like, what makes your last name worthy to be passed on? What? Who the hell do you think I am? Rockefeller? Who do you think I am? Elon Musk? It's like, most people are average people. Our names are nothing, okay? It's like, this is the thing where a lot of women, this question is stupid, because, again, our names, as average people, do not carry any clout, do not carry anything, do not carry any fame. It's not anything special. Our parents aren't, our great-great-grandparents aren't, I don't know, Thomas Edison, or some kind of famous athlete, right? An Olympic athlete, or some kind of famous inventor, some kind of famous politician. Our name isn't Washington, right? Our name is just an average person. Why men want it, right? It's to make, this is the thing, and I think we've lost the plot of it. It's to make your partner, who you love, feel special and respected, feel wanted and needed. This is the thing where people have lost the plot when it comes to love, right? Men will protect, provide for women because they love a woman, they respect a woman, they care for a woman, they desire said woman. Okay, man, what makes you? Imagine this. A man comes up to you and says, what makes you special for me to provide and protect for you? You think that's a great question? A woman would love and gladfully answer. Really? That's the same attitude. That's the same energy. Keep that same energy. If it's okay for a man to come up to you and say, oh, what do you bring to the table? Right? What, see shit like this? What do you bring to the table? Those insanity questions, right? What's your body count? Right? Oh, women go crazy about those questions, right? But this is okay? What's so special about your name to be passed on? Dude, are you stupid? Are you kidding me? Do you not? I mean, it's like, show me how little love and respect you have for me when you ask those questions. It's like, this is the problem where we have lost the plot when it comes to dating and relationships. It's about love, but it's not anymore. It's transactional. What makes it special for you, right? Why should I pass down your name? Why should I take your name? What's so special about you? Do you not fucking love me, right? Do you not respect me? Do you not care for me? Do you not want to, I don't know, make me feel good? Because wouldn't you expect the same energy towards you? Should I love you, respect you, make you feel good? Why should I risk my life to protect you? Why would I risk my health to provide for you? Why should I blood, sweat, and take years off of my life to focus on your provision? This is why we've lost the plot. Oh, also, let's go deeper. It's a sense that your last name is usually your father's last name. So it's the idea of you now moving to the family that you and your husband has. So you take up his last name. So now you are part of his family. Okay? You're not part of your father's family. You are part of his family. Okay? That's the idea. You can call it patriarchy, you can call it whatever, men's ego, whatever. It's about you showing love and respect for this man you chose to marry. That's the thing. Now, you don't have to marry the person. You don't have to take their last name. You don't have to do nothing. But again, it's a sign of love and respect.
I was supposed to be going on a date tonight, but he couldn't make a plan. And instead of stepping in to make a plan for him, I actually just bought a flight, booked a 5-star hotel, and taking myself on a date in another city for the weekend. Is this going to help me meet someone? Absolutely not. I am very much so afraid I'm going to be dying alone. But I don't know what to do about that. I just don't understand what's so hard. I just booked an entire trip in less than an hour, and all I was looking for from him was a time and a place. And I don't even need to like the place. I just feel like my standards are kind of low, and they're still not being met. So things are going well. Anyway, I'm not here to complain. My life is really good. I ordered sushi again, and I'm planning on being in bed by 9. I'm starting a new book tonight. But yeah, I just wanted to update my friends that I'll be away this weekend. If you want to check in on my solo date, I will update you on here. Or you could just wait and visit me at my grave when I die alone.
In my opinion, I think women are fighting a duality, right? A duality. Women are now pushing the independent mindset, right? I don't need no man. Having a boyfriend is embarrassing. Girl power, whatever. And yet they are also fighting the maybe biological desire. Say, oh, I want a man that leads, right? I want a man that leads. I want a man that takes charge. When, in fact, because of that duality, that confusingness, women have created a dating market that's confusing. So, like I said, instead of thinking, oh, I want to make a plan for him. No, instead of not. See, that's why you already come into the dating market with negativity. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm gonna do it for him, right? I'm gonna make a plan for him. It's that you are helping it out in the sense that you instead of him picking a place that you may not like, better off it starts on a good experience where you go to a place that you actually want, right? You actually want to go to. That it helps with the dating process where, you know what, 1, you already like the place. And then 2, add on, you like the place, now you possibly like him or you're more interested in him. It helps, right? It helps with the process. Women gotta think that men would do their best to ensure, okay, that they're, I don't know, get the best outcome they can. Because here's the thing, even if you pick a place, that doesn't guarantee or that doesn't necessarily help you secure success. Because what if you pick a place that she doesn't like? When she said, oh, it doesn't matter if I don't like it. Really, it does. Right? It does actually matter if you don't like it. Because then he can take you to McDonald's, right? So it matters. And this is the thing, I'm great that she said that, she'll probably end up alone, which, to be honest, I think, or a community of women, great, right? I mean, like, cool. I mean, like, I'm not, if that's what it is, I think that's great for women. I think more women should honestly stay single and just create a little, commune or a little get-together with a whole bunch of women. I don't believe women have to be in a relationship. They don't have to be, and they don't have to have a man. I think more women should embrace it. More women should opt out of the dating market, okay? Because no man is up to your standards. No man fits your whatever. More women should really opt out, right? I wish more women would stay happily single, right? Have your friends, and that's it, right? Have your friends, focus on your career, because you think, like she said, she's happy in her life. Great, don't change it. I don't understand why women constantly want to change that happiness. If you're happy with your life, right? Your job is good, your friendships are good, your family's good. Why would you change it? Women never said why, if they are happily single. Not a single one of them have said why would they want to change that status. Really, plus a lot of these women, they have so many complaints about men, right? So many complaints about men, and then like you're happily single, you have complaints about men, you don't view any man good enough. I don't understand the mindset.
You know how incels are obsessed with the notion of Chaz and Ty Rhodes, and they think that if a guy is 6 foot and super good looking, women will do anything to be with him, no matter how terrible he is as a person. Well, a guy on Twitter has basically proved that point. As an experiment, he made a profile on one of the dating apps using these really attractive guys' photos, and he wrote in the bio, "I have a criminal record for beating women, but we all have a past." And this is the photo that he chose to use, just some super good looking, generic Chad type guy. Now, personally, this would put me off matching a guy. Apparently, it didn't put some women off. And this fake profile of a woman beater got over 800 matches in 48 hours, which, if this is true, is really freaking messed up. Also, the amount of women messaging him first is upsetting me. Because not only have they matched him, but they're going out their way to pursue him. And it's super reminiscent of when that model got arrested and his mugshot started circulating, and all the women were like, "Oh, he can attack me, I don't mind." So messed up. So yes, any of these 800 days, if you're watching, you've very much let yourselves down. You've let womanhood down, and please don't match with guys who openly admit to beating their exes.
Also, let's not forget Wade Wilson, okay, who was gotten a fan club after killing 2 women. A fan club, droves of women, like, wishing to be with him. This is the thing where, here's the thing, right? Both men and women are superficial, but at least men don't deny it, right? Men don't perceive themselves holding them down. Women do. Women always think that, oh, we're not superficial, we don't care about height, it's not about looks, it's not about that, or, you know, we don't ignore red flags, you know, men are lying to us, all this stuff, you know, men are cheaters, men are liars. Like, how would you know if men are, you know, lying when you get with them? No, this is the thing, you do know. You see the red flags, okay? You just choose to ignore them. That's the thing. I've said this before, right? It doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are, there are good and bad people in everything. Doesn't matter race or gender, right? There are toxic people in every demographic, every kind of group. This is the thing, like I said, it's only because women perceive themselves holding them down. It's always think that, oh, men are terrible, men are cheaters, always this. No, people do bad things. That's it, right? People either, you know, are attracted to looks. People do, right? People will ignore red flags purely just for looks. People will be abusive, be toxic, whatever. It's people. Not because of your gender that makes you something special. No, it's character, right? What kind of character you are, what kind of morality you are. So things like this just proves it, right? You hear it time and time again. Like, even back in the day, right? You hear the stories with serial killers, where women say that these men are unassuming, right? They would not expect these men to be evil or terrible. Some of them would say these men are attractive. And yes, these men that are on death row, that are criminals, they have fan clubs. Women going crazy about these men. So yeah, let's just break that stigma that, oh yeah, men are terrible, men are superficial, men objectify women. Really? No, women are no better. Also, that shows you, right? These women are going the extra mile. Like those icons are super likes. Like some of them you have to pay for. Those women are going the extra mile and replying to him first. Right? They're replying to him first. And you see under other messages or other examples where he even says, he goes further and says more red flags, like, oh, I don't even shower. And women are like, okay, that's fine, I don't care. It's like, this is the thing where, why you think men say, men think it's ridiculous that, oh, they have to pay for dates or go the extra mile. When, if women are attracted to you, if women want you, they will go to a McDonald's with you, right? If women want you, they will go on a walk date with you, okay? If women want you, they will accept beyond the bare minimum, okay? It's only when they don't find you attractive, when they don't want you, that they expect more from you. But men see it. When they're attracted to you, they will give it to you on the first night. They will accept the bare minimum. So that's the hypocrisy.
Okay, I just saw this video about how this girl was talking about how men don't want to date beautiful women, they want to be beautiful women. And let me tell you, 100% she's right. I was on a date probably 2 or 3 days ago. You'll never guess what he did. So for some reason, I have actually received the most compliments on, like, in a span of time. Like, we were on a date for probably, like, 4-ish hours, and I'm not even kidding. I got a compliment, like, every place that we went. I probably got 10 to 15 compliments in that 4 to 5 hour span. It was actually kind of crazy, but every time someone would be like, oh, I love your hair, like, he would try and accept the compliment, even though they were looking at me and talking to me, which I've done that before, so I make sure that I'm making eye contact when I say, OMG, thank you, or something like that. No. And he kept getting visibly upset every time I got a compliment, and at one point I was like, I don't know why you're getting so upset that I'm, like, getting compliments, like, it's, like, what's happening? He's like, I'm not getting upset, it's just, like, usually people compliment me and, like, my hair, and, like, they're only complimenting you. Like, you're getting all the compliments. When I tell you my jaw fucking dropped, I said, I'm not gonna fight to be the baddest bitch in the room. Like, do you want to be the baddest bitch in the room? What? Needless to say, I have not texted him back.
Do you think, I don't know, right? Just guessing. Would you think this type of woman really attracts quality men? Or would this type of woman attract men that would fall into the LGBT community? Right? I think she would attract leftist men, men that would be more feminine in nature, men that, honestly, it's like men's hair is not that special, right? So why would men care to get compliments on their hair? So most likely, you're dating someone who's gay or bi, right? But probably more the gay side, you know? Women gotta understand that, you know what? It's who they are. They're the ones who attract the men that they're attracting, okay? So no, men don't want to be women. I would say this, right? I would say it's the men that are mentally disturbed. Men that are mentally disturbed. Men that honestly don't understand masculinity. Men that are having a hard time being men. So they see that, oh, you know, women's life are easier, so I want to be a woman, right? So yeah, I think, to be honest, I think trans men are, or what is it, trans women, both, right? I think all of them are kind of mentally disturbed, have some mental disorder. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Now, I also find this funny too, where a lot of women don't understand that they are confusing men, right? Because by dating statistics, most women find most men unattractive. And a lot of women constantly say, oh, men don't take care of themselves, right? Men don't have a face wash routine. Men don't have a hair care routine. Men don't have all these. So what do you want? This is why women don't understand how their actions are affecting men, right? They constantly said men don't take care of themselves. Men don't put effort into their looks and stuff. So again, I'm talking about a whole bunch of different topics, I guess, in kind of one video, you know. But this is the problem where women don't understand that they are probably making men. They're just honestly making things hard for men or confusing for men, right? So let's say the men that are turning into women. I think those men are finding it, the personal opinion, maybe they've had a hard time with women, right? They had a hard time with women. They probably had a hard time in life as well. So these men are mentally disturbed. So they are, you know, becoming women. Instead of, you know what, being more mentally stable and strong in your convictions. And you know what? Improve yourself, be better, you know, get on your journey to be the best man you can be, okay? But, you know, be a man, not be a woman. But a lot of women don't understand that the repercussions of their actions that, honestly, you know, like saying that, oh, you see this a lot on this app, right? Oh, men are trash, men are violent, men are hateful, men are whatever. All these things that add on to why I think a lot of mentally disturbed men, well, don't want to be men, okay? So a lot of rhetoric kind of makes men confused or push men that are mentally disturbed over the edge, right? So it's just, I think this is a very complex, what I'm thinking about, talking about, is a complex topic, right? With men being women and shit, and, you know, what women are dating, so.
When your guy friends treat you better than any man that you have been with in this town.
And yet these guys aren't worth dating, right? That's the insanity of it. The insanity of all these women that have guy friends know that if they ask that if these guys would want to have sex or even get into a relationship, these guys would jump at a chance. Yet they don't ask it because they know the answer. And then they surprised that these men go the extra effort to be amazing to you, because again, it's a different way of going towards your heart, of trying to get with you. This is the insanity of it, right? When women think that their friends, their guy friends, treat them better than their boyfriends, yet they never wanted to date these men. So really, what does that say? Say that the men that treat you bad is worth your time, while your friends aren't, right? The guy friends aren't worth it. That's so much so much worse. Because I've done that thing, right? Where having a girlfriend, where she's saying, oh, I wish my boyfriend was just like you. Really? Because I'm just like me. But no, that's the thing where women don't understand, and where I'm such an advocate against the friend zone, against men. If you are attracted to the woman, right? If you are attracted to each other at all, if he has any kind of feelings for you past platonic, there's no friendship there, right? If he will not say no to going to bed with you, there's no such thing as a platonic relationship in that sense. If he will say no, then yes, it's a platonic relationship, right? It's a friendship. But if he could say yes, it ain't. That's why I am not in favor of general, right, men and women friendship. Because most of the time, he will say yes.
Girls, I need y'all to be opposite of a pick-me, okay? Let these niggas know you don't care what they like. They always, oh, I hate girls that smoke, oh, I hate girls that drink. When I was single, and they'll be saying that stuff, I'll be like, I'll be lying. I don't smoke or drink, but I'll be like, oh, dang, I smoke so much, man.
Man, I drink every day. Just to show you I don't give a damn what you like. I don't like girls that curse. I'm gonna start cursing 10 times more. Cause who asked you what you like? I don't care what you like. You're the one pursuing me. I didn't text you. You're not gonna text me and tell me what you like and you don't like. I don't care what you like. Take it or leave it.
The energy that attracts the players and the bad boys. The men that will use you and abuse you. You wonder why you attract those types of men, right? The men that play games, the men that lie to you, right? Because here's the thing, you don't care what men like. And then you're surprised that you attract men that don't care what you like and only after to use you. Surprise, surprise. You wonder where not saying she said it, but then you wonder, where are good men at? They're not attracted to that. They're not attracted to that toxicity. You don't care what a man likes. Fine, because he talked to you, he went after you. Okay, cool. Okay. So then you be surprised that you attract men that don't care what you like. They're lying to you. They're faking it just to get with you. Right? That's the thing where it's always insane to me that women want to put certain toxicity on pick-me's or certain groups. It's like, really? Caring about what a potential partner or a partner likes is insane to me. A person that's talking to you, then this idea, right? How she's talking about. You wonder why, okay? The dating market has changed. You wonder why men act a certain way. Let's say about the coffee dates thing, okay? You wonder why men are saying, let's do coffee dates or 50-50 because of attitudes like this. Because then at least men are putting low investment, right? Because she probably don't give a shit what you like or about you at all. Because you asked her out, you got her number, right? So really, you would think that that's how women are. They don't give a shit. They don't care what you like. So you better off to do a low investment date to see that, you know what, you can change her mind or that she maybe do like you or not. Just to test the water. You wonder why things like that has happened. This is why I'm sorry, right? You hear women complain about certain things, dating market and all that stuff. But then you will find examples of why the dating market is how it is. Women are the root of it. Women have changed it. Women have did the damage to the dating market.
This may be a really dumb ick, but when men get injured playing sports for fun, like with their friends, I'm disgusted. What do you mean you tore your ACL playing football with your mates? That's meant to be for a laugh, for a giggle, darling. You're not coming home with fucking 400k a week. Why are you doing that? Furthermore, why are you expecting sympathy from me? Because this was a choice. You guys could have done anything else. You guys could have played chess. You guys could have went to the cinema. You guys could have played it on the computers. Why did you play so hard that you're now injured and you're telling me about the injury? Do you think I'm meant to? I don't care. You don't hear girls in their adult life being like, oh, I played netball with girls, I got injured. Oh, I went too hard in the reform, I got injured. You don't hear that. Why is it always you lot? This is a hobby, okay? For fun. Why are you getting injured? If you're not getting paid big bucks to kick that little ball around in the field, don't get fucking injured. You don't have to go that hard. Just stop.
The ick part she said is dumb, so whatever, you know. It's good to know what type of person she is. This is a thing where I find a lot of women don't do actual critical thinking, okay? Because really put some thought into what you said. So she essentially said, oh, you think I will give you sympathy for you doing something that you could have just done something else and it wouldn't have happened, right? Basically, right? You want sympathy for getting hurt while doing something when you could have done something else instead. So imagine if men gave women the same energy. Oh, you went out at night? Like partying, clubbing, right? And something happened to you? Something bad happened to you? I don't care. Accountability. You could have stayed in, right? You could have stayed in. You could have, I don't know, not gone out. You could have done something else. You could have gone to a different place. So it is your fault, right? I love it when women, and you know what? I agree. It's accountability. I love women will hold men accountable for their actions and say, you know what? It is 100% your fault because you did it. You have to take accountability for your actions. I agree. But why is it when you hold women to the same standard, accountability, they don't understand it, right?
You could have not worn that, I don't know, revealing clothes. Maybe maybe something bad wouldn't happen to you. You could have not gone to that club, or just even not even going clubbing at all, not even going out at all, and that bad thing wouldn't have happened to you. You could have not gotten drunk, right? And that bad thing probably wouldn't have happened to you. This is the problem with a lot of women, where they know they can give this kind of energy to a man, but when it's given back at her, women will call that misogyny. Women will get mad, get angry. Wonder why. Seems like women can dish it, but can't take it. Alright, what's up? I'm not trying to insult nobody, right? This is not like I'm not trying to target anyone. This is kind of like a game. When I was scrolling, I found this like a game. So tell me, who does this profile belong to? Let's say this, right? First of all, I would assumed it would be her, right? Oh, she's cute, right? She looks, 24, young, right? Not bad looking. You would assume in the center, right? So you would assume that this is for her. Guess who? All right, get a little more information. Tell me if you've guessed right. Did you guess right? Okay, so I played this game, a little while ago, and I thought it was fun. So guess who this profile belongs to? Right? I mean, could you make a correct guess? Now, off the bat, you already know the name is Brittany. And my assumption, how pictures are taken, or pictures for you, usually you'll be center stage, in my opinion, right? If it's, yeah, that's what I guess that's my viewpoint. It's the center that really gravitates, particularly if no one on either side is anything particularly that strikingly different. I gravitate usually towards center, right? So in my view, if I look at this, I would assume the center. That's what I would assume. Now, I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, right? But what would you guys think? How would you guys see who you think this profile belongs to? You tell me. Now, again, name is Brittany. I don't know if these little cues would tell you who it is. I don't think so, but a little more. So, again, who do you guys think this profile belongs to? Take your guesses, right? Leave your guess in the comment below. All right. Now, let's see. Where are you guys?